so we're recording. All right. So we're all being recorded, everyone. So please, if you haven't done it yet, please put your name and your business in the category. And if you're a guest, post your info in the chat. Do we have any guests today other than, I guess, are you still a guest?
Mr. Doug?
I
guess Doug, and I'm trying to think, is Miriam here too? I can't see everybody, so.
I'm gonna fill out the paperwork today. Like I was just telling Antonio earlier that we got funding. We got our first funding check yesterday. We're gonna deposit it today. So we'll have money by Friday. So I'll make that payment then. So we'll be officially joined, but so I'm, I guess, still a guest.
So we'll have a vote next week then for Doug, and then I saw that Miriam is here too. Somewhere.
Yeah, hi, I'm here.
Fantastic.
All right, and you
well,
got Miriam. Did you get the application?
I need to fill it out. I will this week.
Okay.
And I did invite my merchant services guy. Do we have a merchant services guy?
No.
All
That's
right.
great. Would love a merchant guy.
Okay.
Merchant services guys is the usually credit card and stuff like that.
Right.
Beautiful.
Being able to
every Erik uses a train.
I'm actually downtown at the LA University Medical Hotel, hospital hotel or something. It's a hotel, and we got our house rented for a commercial today. So we had to go to a hotel, and they had a really cool deal, and it's a nice place. $225. I got all 6 of us here.
Wow.
Heated pool, hot tub, and we are just don't go outside and walk around because you could get mugged.
Beautiful. All right. So Doug, do you want to go ahead and do your guest introduction?
Sure. My name's Doug Weinstein. I am the new owner of Diamond Bakery at 335 North Fairfax. And as my title says, I'm a carb dealer. I sell lots of carbs, lots of bread and pastries, cookies, cakes, and joy. Orally.
You sell
joy.
used carbs?
Do what?
Any used carbs?
Youth cards?
No, used carbs.
Used cars, no used
Yeah.
card. No used carbs. No.
Okay. Just the new ones.
Antonio, it's one of those meetings, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think that week off really
Yeah.
it's gonna take a while to get back on. All right. All right. Miss Miriam, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sorry for that dramatic pause. Hi, good morning. I'm Miriam Mojay. I'm an architect and co-founder of NAM.
Fantastic. All right. Can I get a volunteer? How about Russell to read the creed?
The TIP is a professional organization of men and women dedicated to the highest standards of competence and service. Our purpose is the exchange of business tips. Members will, at all times, maintain the highest professional integrity. Each business category is represented by one member only, and conflicts of interest are disallowed.
Thank you, sir. All right. And oops. And let me see. How about Liberty?
Sorry, I had to take myself on mute and then go back to that slide. Okay, a qualified business tip is a company or person who is interested in a specific service or product and is expecting a call from an HPRN member.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. All right. So since Erik is on the run from the law, I've decided to hijack the meeting and take over. So I was thinking, we're into June now, kind of reaching the, almost to the halfway point of the year. And I was thinking about my business goals in terms of what I'm doing. And, with things opening up and, it looks like, economy kind of shifting and things happening, prices going up, in the real estate business, there's huge demand. Had to look at reevaluating goals in terms of, what things look like for the rest of the year. And I had a mentor who always talked about making sure you finish strong, finish the year strong. So what I'd like to do is take a minute and everyone to go over how you can finish the year strong. So take a minute and write down a couple quick notes in terms of what are your business goals or a personal goal for 2021 from here on out. Okay, what you'd like to do if you've decided to make any changes or adjustments. And by the way, we should all have business plans. Does everyone here have business plans?
No, I'm still
Okay,
working
you
on.
should all have like you should all have at least a 1-year business plan. And there's some good templates for it. I'll send you guys a link. There's, I think it's called SCORE. It's run by the SBA. And they have a template that you can just download and you can fill in for a business plan. And they also have people that help you with your business plan for free. If you want to meet with somebody, and sometimes they'll link you up with someone in your business who's a mentor, who's a retired business person, and they can help you. And I'll send you guys a link for that. So first question is, what are your goals for the rest of 2021? Next is, how can we help, right? How can we help you with those goals? And then who can we invite? Who can we get into our group here that can help you with your plans for the rest of the year? All right, any questions on that?
No.
Beautiful. All right, so do this. So what I want you guys to do is go ahead and take a couple minutes. We can mute yourself and take a minute or two to write down what these goals are, just kind of real quick synopsis and answer the goal, the questions. And then when you're done, raise your hand so I know who's finished, and then we'll go around and we'll do a little round robin and share. All right, go for it.
Okay, I'm done.
Sorry, I muted myself. All right, I'll give you guys about one more.
I'm done.
I'm done.
Show offs.
Get ready. You don't have, stay ready. You don't have to get ready.
That part. You were that kid in class as soon as your test was done. Like, I'm finished with my test, Mr. Green.
Oh, yeah.
We're still struggling on like 5 + 3.
That's 8.
Thank you. Now I have to answer. Now I'm done.
So I wrote mine as outcomes, not goals, like the committed out.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, in fact, you want to chime in on why you did that, you can tell us about that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up, and I'm just gonna go.
Oh, you muted yourself.
That's probably a good thing, Antonio. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and pull the screen off, so we go back to gallery. So let's take volunteers. Who wants to go first? Tell us about their goals for the rest of the year and how we can help you and who we can invite. I'll give you guys each about 1 minute, okay?
I'll go.
All right, Laisha, go ahead.
Of course.
Good morning, everybody. So my primary business goal for this year was to increase my client base and revenues by 20% over 2020 numbers. We're on pace, so I'm excited about that. There are a couple of areas that we're a little bit behind on, and that really relates to this group, and it's property and casualty. So on the car side and the home side, We need to acquire some more clients. That's a personal goal. Sorry, business goal. On the personal side, a lot of us have had some challenges with family issues this year. And for me, it's made me be a little bit more thoughtful about health and enjoying life and all of that. So my personal goal is to make sure I'm taking time once a quarter to decompress, re-energize, and take care of me so I can take care of others. And you guys can help by continuing to do what you're doing, which is referring new clients who need help with their auto insurance and homeowners insurance. I appreciate all of you. And then the last thing is the person that you can invite for me would be a CPA, just like everybody else in the group. All right, thanks.
Beautiful. Now, I have a question. So what is this you're going to do for yourself quarterly? Specifically, what are you going to do?
Specifically, it's taking time away from the business. I love what I do, and I could spend all of my time there. And in the past, I almost have. And so for me specifically, it is taking at least a few days off every quarter. So idealistically, it's 1 week. And that doesn't have to be together. It can be broken up, but taking 1 week away from the office to decompress, relax, and rejuvenate.
Beautiful. I love that. All right, good. Yeah, I got some of that too. Does everybody here take at least 1 day off a week?
At
least 1 day.
5 days.
This is my vacation time right now. What are we talking about?
Yeah, exactly. So, because I got to say, I used to work 7 days a week. Drive me crazy. What are you going to say, Laisha?
I was just asking for clarification. Was that out of the business week or out of the calendar week?
I wish it was out of the business week. No, it's out of the calendar week. I'll take off Saturdays, and then I'll spend Sundays. I'll spend about half the day on Sunday just doing business planning. But I used to work 7 days a week, and it used to drive me nuts. And I am so much more efficient and better. And it made a huge difference in my life. So, because I know some of you guys work 7 days a week, I gotta discourage you from doing that. Have some time off. All right, T, you volunteered. Go ahead.
Okay. So some of my business plans is to continue to get my infrastructure in place. So my business plan and my 1 year business plan and 5-year business plan into place. Also, I would really like some help. So I'm looking for an assistant or someone who can standardize my documents for me, because I spend a lot of time meeting people and going on meetings, and then I spend the later hours until 10, sometimes 11 o'clock at night following up with document control. So someone that you guys can invite for me is a virtual assistant or someone who has a documents controls business, or an executive assistant or virtual, something like that. Also a CPA.
I can help with that.
Okay, perfect. And a social media or content manager, someone who can help with the social media. I have finally gotten my website built. So thank you, Liv, for so I need to have ongoing content. So I have BJ for a lot of the photography and videography, but I have to continue to I have to continue to update the content and even create a newsletter. Personally,
the virtual assistant can help you with that.
Okay, perfect. Personally, I am one of those that have been working 7 days a week. And so I have just gone crazy with signing up with different gyms in the last week. So I've signed up with a Pilates gym so that I can take an hour away to do something per day, a kickboxing gym so I can do, maybe 2 days a week, and maybe even a rowing gym. I'm going to try out the class, but I've signed up for some membership because I have to walk away from the computer and I have to walk away from work and find a way to do some incorporating some healthy activities in my life. And then also working with Jimmy on a 6-month plan to buy me a little cabin in the mountains so that I could actually step away for vacation. So those are my business and professional goals.
I can help you with the cabin too.
Thank you.
Erik can do it all. He'll take care of everything for you.
Yes.
That's a good point. Virtual assistant. I mean, they're pretty cheap and easy from what I understand. I know folks that have hired them, but there's a lot of people overseas and things like that. So that's definitely an option. So And that's beautiful.
Hey,
One thing
guys,
I would
guess what?
suggest what's helped me is schedule that time to work out every day. Like you schedule appointments when you meet your clients.
Yeah.
Block that time off for tea and stick to it. Because
Yeah.
you know how things get in the way.
And, you know, the good thing is those gyms that I signed up, you now have to book appointments. And then if you miss your appointment, you have to pay. So that's a great motivator to say that I'm going to stick to the time schedule.
There you go. Money. Beautiful. All right. Who'd like to go next?
I'll go next. Oh, go ahead, Doug.
Doug, go ahead.
All right. So my 1 year goal is to bring the business back up to $2 million a year in revenue by expanding the HALA program to 750 HALAs a week and $3,000 a day in wholesale business and $1,500 a day in retail business. I'd like to have a Santa Barbara shop where we, deliver bread ready to be baked, and also one in Orange County. Who I'd like to bring to the group would be a catering facility, like maybe the Olympic Connection or something closer. A merchant services guy, which I've invited, an electrician, a plumber, a painter, that kind of people have always seemed to be good for groups like this. And then personally, I do take time off. I have my kids every other weekend and on Wednesdays. And so I do not work when I have them. I focus on them. And I exercise a lot at the bakery because there's 18 stairs up to the office, and it's about a 30-yard walk around the building and up the stairs and in the office. And I forget stuff. So I'll go upstairs and my coffee will be downstairs. So I'll have to go back down to get my coffee and come back upstairs. So I get a lot of cardio going up and down those stairs, and all the heat from the oven kind of accumulates at the top of the stairs on the hallway. So it's like I get a little sauna run, when I get to the top of the stairs before I go into the office door. It's like 90% humidity and 110 degrees. And so I get a little sauna treatment as I go to my office. So that's what I do for my well-being.
Your skin is glowing, Doug.
What's that?
Your skin is glowing.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right. Hey, good job. All right, Mr. Flexner.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
After 18 years of doing this and doing business plans, my coach is saying, this time, keep it really simple, focus on something. So I am this year focused 100% on my database. I'm not out there chasing business, and I'm just focused on what I have done so far in my career and calling and connecting with everybody. If they don't call me back, they go off the database, and just cleaning up the database so that, it's a tight a group of people who I keep in regular contact with and have deeper relationships that are connected to trust. People only hire people they trust when it comes to a transaction of their residence. So, and trust is built by keeping in touch. So rather than chasing around strangers, I'm back to my database, and there's about 700 people in there that I'm trying to reconnect and build relationships with. That's all I want to do this year. As far as health.
Hold on. Can I stop you for a second?
No.
Can you put that in one quick sentence? What's your goal specifically? One quick sentence.
Reconnect with my database.
Reconnect your data. Got it. Okay, go ahead.
And then, every morning I drop off notepads as an excuse to make me get out into the world and walk. So I walk about an hour and a half a day. And then, the rest of the day, I'm trying really to not eat anything other than vegetables after about 4 o'clock. And related to the mountain and the cabins, I don't know if you guys know, but Did I say mountain in the cabins? Wow. Cabin in the mountains. Liberty and I are both co-owners of a cabin in the mountains in Big Bear, where we have 12 families. Each one owns a 12th share, and each of us gets a month over the course of the year, 1 week a month, quarter. So you get to be there all season. We also have boats, and it's $475 a month, and you're part owner, and it has a lot of equity in it. So that would be an easy way for you to become an owner of a cabin in the mountains. We have one membership available. So I don't think you're going to be wanting to be in the mountains more than 4 times a year. So this is plenty, and it really is an amazing place to get away.
Yeah,
and what else? That's it. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you, sir. Did you just give us a commercial? Was that a commercial for something? All right, who'd like to go next? You know what? If I don't get it, oh, there we go. Liberty, fire away.
Okay. So my goal this year was really just to grow as a business person. Like, I think making my art is one thing, but learning how to become a business person in that has been a big challenge for me. It's kind of very much outside the artist brain. So I started off by teaching more classes and found ways to teach during the pandemic. And I just wanted to sell more art and do more art shows and kind of things like that. So I actually have been doing a little bit more of everything. I feel really good about where I'm at with that. And I just want to keep increasing that. I've gotten a lot of commissions and a lot of exciting opportunities that I think I'm just finding that once you really start walking it out, it starts to flow. So I'm in that place now. What you guys can help me with are a couple things. You can come visit my studio and learn more about what I do, because it helps to keep me in mind when you encounter people who might actually, have a need for my work. The type of people you could invite would be people who are artists reps, or who have spaces or maybe someone who hosts creative classes, things like that. But also I need someone to help me with that marketing side and with the connection side of my business, because there's a lot of things that I can do and I just don't have enough time. And so someone who could help do those connections, like I have some book proposals out, and I just need someone who can help me navigate that a little bit. And personally, it's honestly because I've been navigating homeschooling, and we're also doing like college prep and all these things with my kids. My goal has actually been to not just my personal goal, in addition to actually staying healthy physically, which I have done. I'm really excited about that this year, but it's been to make more art just for the sake of making art and not just make it for business. So I think that's the challenge of holding the balance of both of those. So that's what my personal goal is this year. And you're going to see me shuffling around right now because I have a house full of kids that I'm taking to Disneyland today. So I'm still on the call, but I have to get them out the door.
Cool. Say hello to Mickey for us.
Yeah, we got the last
Can you do us a favor?
Yes.
Can you send us a link or an invite or something, an email to invite us to your studio?
Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, just hit us with something like that. And everyone here knows how to email the group. You guys want to do that? If not, you know what? When we're done, I'll show you because it's really easy. All right, who'd like to go next? I see Antonio raising his hand. That was pretty subtle. Okay, yeah, go ahead, Antonio.
My plans, actually, I have to separate them because I know there's the business. I know you talked about having separation or like taking time off of work, but I actually really enjoy what I do. So most of the time when I'm kind of like relaxing, I'm still kind of in not work mode. I'm just always trying to figure out ways to help folks. So, but just from a corporate business side, I want to have at least 25 more clients this year. And I would like to at least get one 401k. So meaning like one business where I'm managing their 401k. Small business, large business, it doesn't really matter. I just want to get one business in the queue this year, especially since Cal Saver is coming up for business owners. I'm not sure you guys know about that. There's at some point in time, you're going to have to set some retirement account or some retirement something away if you have employees. So I want to get ahead of that. And also I'm restarting my financial literacy nonprofit. So I want to get all that squared away before the end of the year. I've already started my workshops. This year has actually been really, really fun. That's why it's kind of like, work and play are kind of the same for me. And yeah, I do, from a health standpoint, I'm getting back in shape. I'm getting back into it. What helps me is now I have I still teach martial arts. So I've had a couple people reach out to me directly. So I'm doing private lessons with people now. So that kind of helps me, forces me to get up. I train my neighbor literally twice a week. So she comes over and knocks on my door every Tuesday and Thursday at 4 o'clock. So I have to get up and go. Then I have my best friend's nephew comes over on Wednesday nights at 5. So that helps me to get up and get in the chair and get off my couch and move. So that helps a lot. So 25 new clients, 1 new business for the end of the year are my business goals.
Beautiful. All right. So question. All right. So let's talk about numbers, right? So you said 24 clients, 6 months is left. That's 4 clients a month. Mm-hmm. So we talk about kissing frogs, right? You meet people, you get clients, and people refer you stuff, but they don't turn into business. So how many referrals, tips would you need from us to get 4 clients a month? How many tips a month would you need?
To get 4 clients a month, probably 8, anywhere between 8 to 10. My rate, all right, good because most of the time I always find some way to help. It's not like I need revamp entire life. I can just find something to help them with. So usually I'm about a 50-50. If I get them on the phone, it's a good chance that I can help them out. That's a pretty good close rate. That's awesome. So all right, so we got to get him 8 tips a month. So there we go. Everyone give Antonio 1 tip and he's got his 8. All right, great. Who would like to go next? I see Mr. Chadbourne. Go ahead.
Hey, good morning. It's John Chadbourne. So I'll keep it short, Jimmy. I won't go on for 10 minutes. Erik, you'll appreciate that. So my goals this year, my business kind of went crazy this year. So my goals this year are to maintain my existing clients. And then I'm a field rep. So with COVID, I'm not in front of people, and that's all about to change again. So I'm about to go back out in the field and, start getting in touch with some of the people that I've lost touch with. And that's part of my half of my year goal here is getting back out in the field pretty soon and reaching out to the people that I've kind of lost touch with. And, doing this for as long as I have, there's a lot of people that, out of sight, out of mind kind of stuff, and who used me years ago that just for whatever reason, they moved companies and I kind of lost touch. So that's part of it. Personal goal. I need, start sending cards. I put that in here too. Start sending cards and marketing pieces, which I really haven't done during COVID because it's been a little bit weird to send things. The agents aren't, like the real estate agents who I work with aren't really working in the offices. So it's been a little bit kind of funky with sending things out. And the company hasn't really wanted us to send too much out because of COVID. So personal goal, this is interesting. I know somebody and work with somebody that he hasn't taken a vacation in 5 years. And, and there's a lot of people, me included, I probably haven't actually, well, I guess I took one about 2 years ago. And in talking to him, and it's like, he hasn't taken a vacation in 5 years. And part of me is looking at that going, I don't know that that's something to be proud of. I don't know that that's really a good thing, and you haven't taken one in 5 years. What have you gotten out of that? Well, you haven't taken one in 5 years. So I need to take some time off. I've heard a few people talk about taking time off. I need to take some time off too. And I do get the weekends for the most part. I do look at my emails. I do get calls on the weekend. So, but it's not, completely 9 to 5. So some time off. I want to take some time off. I want to start exercising. I actually played my banjo last night for a long time. Haven't done that in a while. And yes. And so also how you guys can help, refer realtors to me. That's how you guys can help, you know, tips, give me tips of realtors. That would be a great tip. And for who you can invite, business managers and escrow officers would be great. Thanks, you guys.
Beautiful. Thank you. That was a very succinct John Chadbourne. But you guys, you know how we can help John? John loves to hike. So you can help John by inviting him out on a hike and get his butt out there and hiking. Go ahead, Antonio.
I go hiking once. I've been used to during summertime. I was doing it once a week, every Saturday or Sunday, just to Temescal Canyon. So it's super quick. So every time I go out, I let everybody know, whoever wants to join up. John.
Oh,
We like hiking too.
I also do a lot of hiking, and I usually go out to the Inland Empire.
It's far.
Yeah. But John's in the valley.
It's beautiful.
John's in the valley. So if you're going out to Rocky Point or someplace like that, just swing by his house and kidnap him. Okay. All right. Beautiful. All right. How about Jim or BJ? You're the last two. And then of course me. But...
And me.
Who's that?
Russ.
Oh, Russ. I thought you went already, Russ. I'm sorry. Who'd like to go next?
And Miriam.
I'll go.
The last four.
Sorry, you guys. Sorry. Go ahead, Russ. You're next.
Thanks. So one of my business goals for the year was to get about 100 clients for the entire year. So that's been a little bit slow in getting that because access to people has been a little bit difficult due to COVID. But with things opening up, I am hoping to make some inroads into that and to get closer to that. My goal is to get about 80% people who are interested, who need life insurance on term insurance, and another 20% in whole life or long-term care. So that's what I'm really shooting for right now. The types of people that I'm looking for are young families, pre-retirees, and also what I like to call forward-thinking singles, people who are young people or people who are single, who are looking forward to trying to use a whole life policy to help with their retirement or emergency savings. So the type of people I think that could help and to invite, of course, CPA, as Leisha has mentioned, but also event planners might be also, an event planner might be also be helpful because they are also seeing people all the time who are putting things together. And I think that might be, oh, wow, okay. I heard some feedback. I think that might be a helpful person to help bring in, you know, people and clients that they know of who might have use for all of our services.
Beautiful, beautiful. Anyone have any suggestions on how Russell can get some more clients real quick? Just a real quick, like during COVID time, not be able to meet people in person. How can you get more clients?
I do. I think personally, the women's event that I planned, just reaching out to the contacts and having each of them all invite people, I think everyone on there was able to get a tip. So if you were to do some sort of virtual event and maybe just reach out to a few people and ask a few people to invite a few people, that was very helpful. I think everyone in this group that joined all got a tip.
Doug, you had one? That was great.
Cool.
Yeah, I got yeah, he needs to hang out at the bakery and buy people Danish in the morning and hand out his cards. But my business partner and I want to buy insurance policies on each other for the business. So give me a call. There's a tip right there.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
There you go. Another suggestion I'd have is, you know, you want young couples, young families, why not go look at their PTA, Parent Teacher Association, or whatever they call them for schools, and offer to do some kind of presentation for them, you know, for free. Say, hey, give me 5 minutes at one of your meetings, you know, and they do, everything's virtual with these guys anyway. And say, hey, I have 5 minutes, I can tell you about life insurance for your kids and college plan or whatever it is you guys do. So anyway, beautiful. All right, who'd like to go next?
Or maybe you could make it into a thing where you're teaching the kids about, like, you know, what is insurance, kind of, and then the parents kind of have to tag along, like McDonald's.
If you come to them saying, you know, give you life insurance, they're very like, eh. If you say, listen, this is for your kids, there's more of a tendency for them to come.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Well, and if it's an education on how to manage money, and one of the ways you can do that is putting a little bit away, and you can put it away in a bank and get 9.5%, or you could put it away in New York Life and make 17%. It's your choice, you know.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. By the way, can someone write a soundtrack for Liberty? Because it looks like she's in a music video right now. I think it looks really cool. That blur in the background.
The beat.
All right, BJ, would you like to go next? Yeah, you do. Okay, BJ's next. We're putting BJ on the spot.
Why are you shaking your head so vigorous?
I'm so not. I don't know. I don't really know my goals right now. That's a little scary for me because usually I have something planned out and I feel like I'm all over the place. So listening to everybody else kind of sparks some stuff, but mostly just getting myself seen more. I have a good social media presence, but I need it to be better. So just more consistency with sharing myself through social media, as well as like getting more clients through social media. I'll have people reach out to me all the time, but it's mostly like people that don't want to spend what I'm worth. And that's kind of frustrating. So finding clients that are willing to spend what I'm worth, as well as just more clients. And like Cynthia says, nice people. So that as far as help, the marketing person would be great to add to this group. And yeah.
Awesome. Beautiful. All right. I'm going to jump in and share mine because you just tipped off something for me. Okay. So my goal is $4 million a month and to travel every month, at least 10 times this year. And I set that goal a few years ago and like
4 million in your pocket?
I wasn't traveling much, but I'm able to do it now and set it as a priority. And my life is so much better because I can get away, and even a weekend away, once a month or, a week away here and there, and making that a priority is huge. But Liberty, I don't know, but I'm sorry, I'm BJ. I'm sorry. I don't know about everybody else, but I've been in that same place, BJ, where I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. And I was confused because there's so many things I was good at and this and that. And I've been there, but there's two things I want to share that I was thinking about. One is starting with what I love. What do I really, really love to do and what I'm good at? And focusing on that and starting with just that one little principle and building off of that. And really focusing on that, because you're so talented. You got so many things going on. I can see why. I could do this, and I could do this, and I could do that. And it's helped me in my business. And I heard someone say, "Be the cow." In other words, make the milk. Your job is to make the milk. Let other people bottle it. Let other people can it. Let other people sell it. You do what you were good at. That 80-20 rule. Spend 80% of your time doing generates 80% of your money. So I just want to, because you got some serious talent, and I think if you really focused, you could do really, really well. So that's that. Okay, so what do I need? I need for the group, I'm looking for more high-end buyers because I want to make more money and less effort. So I'm looking for high-end buyers, preferably people who have W-2 jobs. And if we could add someone to the group, I'd like to get a commercial real estate broker because I think they'd be good for me and John and Erik and things like that. But they'd also help me because a lot of times they're working with commercial buyers and they find out someone's looking for a home and something like that, and they tend to refer a lot of business. So. All right, that's mine. Thank you. Any questions for me? Okay, I'll shut up.
Yes, I have a question. Next? So when you say $4 million a month, you mean $4 million in loans?
$4 million in loans. Yeah.
So $2 million purchases or whatever, or I guess.
That would do it. $2 million purchase would set me right.
So hopefully my refinance will really, really help explode your business. My refinance is only sucking every ounce of blood out of Jimmy's body. When we next week, he'll just be a raisin. I am a very hard case, right, Jimmy? Look, he's laughing.
That's why I'm taking next week off, guys. I'm going to Lake Tahoe with my kids. All right, anyone else? Everything? All right, good, beautiful. Who'd like to go next, Miriam or Jim? All right, Miriam, go ahead.
This has been really great to hear everyone's comments and inspiring. I think for me, the goals of closing out this year are just sort of turning the next chapter of our business. So we're 2 years old now, and I think we know we can do it. We know we're getting clients. It's sort of now how do we pivot and grow more strategically? I think another big goal is to sort of have a master schedule. Like we're busy, and I'm in the flow of it, but just being able to map out all of our projects and be more specific. I've appreciated hearing people having like a numerical goal or client goal. I'm kind of like intuitively I know what that is, but I would like to be able to like say, well, I need X amount by this date, just be more dialed into those metrics. In terms of helping, I think just listening to this and hearing everyone's story and advice is always helpful, and just having a group to be accountable for. And then in terms of new people to bring to the group, I think someone in development and more creative professionals would be helpful. People in marketing and PR, as well as like social media, that would be nice to round out the group. And I think I answered all the questions, right?
Beautiful. So how would creative people help you in your business specifically? Would they be referring you business?
I think that, and just I think that maybe we think a little bit differently or express ourselves differently. So I think just having that just sort of more left-right brain balance would be nice. Just as a dynamic.
That's a great idea. I love that. All right. Beautiful. All right, Jim, you're up.
Okay, so at the beginning of the year, I had a goal, which was to get a new patient every week, and to end the year with the best revenues ever, coming out of 2020, which my best year actually was 2016, and that year had some things about it. I think. I got very busy with other projects over time, and we had just had our third kid, and she was a baby. But as the kids get older, we got a little bit more kind of busier and having to do a little bit more stuff. With the baby, we could take her to work, and I think we had some childcare at the time, so the short of it is that. So far this year, I've been able to do that. I've increased my new patients. Certainly, I've been getting one a week, mostly from referrals from my other patients, and our revenues are going up a lot. I'm hoping we're going to finish. It's hard to project all the rest of the year, but so far it's looking pretty good. Like we had our best May ever, which is good, and June is looking pretty good, but we are going to be taking a couple of weeks. We're going to put my kids in tennis camp in Cleveland with my parents' house for a couple of weeks. So I'm going to take a week and be out there with them. My wife's going to take a week and be out there with them. So that's really taking care of the family, which also is always very important. It's something that my mom's wanted us to do with them for a long time. My parents are 85, so pretty much if they say bring the kids, we're bringing them. So. What's happened is I've had these other projects. I have a lot of things that I'm working on. I'm trying to get my EHR system up and running, which is basically a revolution of the entire way I run my office. And with all the growth I've been experiencing, it's been hard to find the time. So I really have to nail that down. And there are other things also. I have personal projects that I've been trying to work on that it's kind of been sitting there. I'm trying to get actually the room where I'm working. It's the last space I can open to expand where I am in our building, to create a new treatment room, which basically opens up more space, which creates, because for the first time ever, we're actually seeing this goal, which I had, which was to have 100 patients a week through the clinic between all the people in my office. So it's myself, and right now we have 6 other people practicing there. So, and that's happening now for the first time ever. We've been there 15 years. So all that's great. But now it's like, how can I leverage that and get to a place where I can do my next project? And I have all this stuff behind me that I'm trying to clean up, and my time is now very taxed, and it's hard for me to make serious progress on these projects. So, it's for me, I'm in this space, I'm just trying to figure it out. And like yesterday, I was at the office all day long. I got there at like 8:30 and I left at like 8. And I was basically just seeing patients and then taking care of like little fires that need to be dealt with all day. And I didn't get any work done on my projects. Today is going to hopefully be the opposite, because I only have a couple people on the book. So anyway, I guess for me, it's just continue to be better at my time management and figuring out how I can get all this stuff behind me so that I can move forward, because I've been a little stuck with that. So in terms of how you guys can help, of course, the referrals are really helpful. Also, if I feel like if I got the power partner in place, that would actually really be a great thing. So I'm still looking for that, fitness instructor, or a registered dietitian, or a psychotherapist, or someone who really wants to engage and kind of enhance their ability to help their patients or their clients as well, with what I do. And I feel like I've spent a lot of time trying to get better at talking about what I do and helping people understand it. I still have work to do there too, but
Jim, would an
I
art
guess that's it.
therapist help? Would an art therapist help?
I think anyone who does any kind of therapy, it's more a question of, yes, I would love to talk to anyone. I mean, I actually, BJ referred me a Pilates instructor who I really liked her. I thought she was great, but she doesn't have space to grow her practice. Like she only wants like 1 or 2 new clients. So I was like, it's whoever's comes into this group, I feel like they have to be someone who really wants more business.
Okay, I know an art therapist on Larchmont that I had not even thought about until just now. So I'll talk to her.
I mean, that would be great, because I'm interested in that. I mean, really, I think people who really are therapists and who do, because what I do is it's medicine, but it's therapy. It's really working on the whole person. So
okay, I'll get in touch with
and
her.
educating people about that takes a long time. So they have, we've Liberty, we've talked about this extensively.
Yeah.
So that'd be great. Anyone who like that, any kind of therapist, I'm really interested in.
I have a question for you also, Jim. I met a client who her and her husband own an elite sports gym for or a gym for elite high school and I believe it's the elite high school kids that are going or prepping for professional sports. Would you be interested in if I can connect you and the owner?
Absolutely, that would be great. I mean, I'm definitely hoping to create my next business actually it's going to be a clinic that I put in a vehicle and I take to certain locations, and I'm going to manage it probably more than actually be the provider. But that would be a great thing. Like I could go and take my facility to a place and give a group of people care one at a time over a period of 1 day a week or 2 days a week or something like that. Okay. And my idea is to try to multiply that, create, several trucks with the facilities in them, and then just take them to people, and also to make it affordable so that it's less than, say, having a person just come to your home or whatever. I want to scale it to the point where it's competitive price wise. So that's like something down the road. I'm saying that was something I wanted to get started this year. I wanted to kind of have my planning done and get all the stuff in place, and then maybe start actually producing the first facility in the beginning of next year.
Beautiful. Goal for next year. Love it. You guys should be thinking about that too. All right. Does anyone have anything? We're going to do commercials today, but we're running a little bit late on time. This went longer than I thought. You guys, was this worth it, you guys? Did you find something? Yes? No? Good? Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So real quick, anyone have any testimonials or anything for Doug?
Yeah, so I want to apologize to Tanisha for stealing her 1 day off this week and having her work a little bit with us on Sunday or Saturday. She's been fantastic working with us, and we're gonna get started with some actual work in the next week. And we got money. So we got money this week. So now we can actually do something. So I just want to say Tanisha's been patient and kind and loving and professional and
nice
and wonderful and all that. So thank you.
Thank you, Doug. I really
Awesome.
appreciate that. And that leads into my testimonial, if that's okay, Jimmy.
Fire away.
Okay. Thank you to Doug, also for giving me the opportunity. Thank you to Miriam, who invited my partner and I out to one of her job sites, and we'll see how that goes. We have some plans. Thank you to Erik, who introduced me to Jennifer. We spoke briefly. She was in the middle of something, and she said that I am on her list of people to follow up with. So thank you for all of you guys who have sent me some referrals in the last few weeks. And I think the last 2 weeks have been crazy. We were off last week, and then the week prior, I had some family issues, but I feel like I haven't seen you guys in 2 weeks. I want to thank you for the last month. Thank you for all of you who, ladies who came to my my virtual networking event. I'm going to hold it again, but I'm thankful that you guys all logged in and we're all able to get some tips. And actually, I didn't even log them, but that met my quota, I think, for the month. So it was a really nice way to be able to introduce a bunch of people at the same time. So thank you for all of that.
Beautiful.
I wanted to say a quick thank you just to both BJ and Jim for stopping by the studio and spending some time with me in the last month. It was really great, and I was really excited to spend that time with both of you guys. So thanks for taking the time. And Jim now has one of my pieces up in his office. So if you're there, you'll get to see it.
Yeah, I was going to actually give a testimonial for Liberty and her work, because I don't know how, if you've had the experience of just like finding something and then putting on display and just being so proud of it. I mean, the piece of work that I got from Liberty is, it was one of the things I wanted to do, was kind of start to express my own philosophy sort of on the walls of my office. And I found the perfect piece, going to see Liberty and listening to her talk more in detail about sort of the intention and the sort of, and her history and her process. It's just a great way to connect, and then to have that piece. It's almost like going on a vacation and getting a souvenir, but this is something that just, it has a life of its own, and it's really great. And I'm so excited to have it. And I'm talking about Liberty every time that I talk about the piece. So it's great, and I love it. So thanks, Liberty.
Beautiful. Thank you. And I want to chime in. I've mentioned this one before, but I got to say, we closed Tanya's loan. Tanya's a friend of mine that had a situation where they wrote their own trust and they messed it up. And the mother passed away. And unfortunately, the house wasn't in the trust, so they weren't going to get it. It was a reverse mortgage. They were going to close on them and make them sell the house. And Cynthia jumped in and helped with the legal stuff. And John jumped in and did a great job with the title. And I believe, Laisha, did you do her insurance? Yes, Laisha did her insurance. At the last minute, she called me. She goes, Jimmy, my payment's going to go down on the monthly payment because Laisha also saved me my auto insurance. So home run. I just want to share that, you guys. Is like, this team is awesome, and she is so grateful, and I'm so happy for her that she gets to keep her home, and she now has a piece of real estate that she gets to live in, and she gets to leave it to her kids because she's going to fix her trust so it doesn't happen to her. But anyway, I just want to share that. Awesome job. Thank you, everyone.
Nice. I have a testimonial for Jimmy.
Uh-oh.
Just to thank him for ongoing as much as I help other people getting loans or houses, when you're doing it yourself, it can be very stressful. And I am not an easy case, because I've got like 600 different loans of 15,000 each or whatever. And he has to deal with every single one of them, apparently. So thank you so much, Jimmy. I really appreciate having you on my side. I don't know what I would do without you. I would be out there in the middle of the ocean on a raft. So thank you. I also wanted to say, what we're doing, I just, back to what I was saying about the business plan is, there's nothing better than a referral in our business. That's why, we started this group, is because referrals are based on trust. You get a referral, they don't argue with price. They don't generally, they're looking for somebody they can trust, and they've been referred to you. So it's just wonderful business, as opposed to having to compete with 3 other people and interviewed and all that stuff. So, building a repeat and referral business is just, it's a wonderful thing to do for the long run for your happiness. And it allows you to also travel, and people trust you, and they don't force you to have to answer the phone at 10 p.m. or at 3 a.m. or whatever. So that's what we're doing here. I wanted to also bring up that next week we would like to have some speakers. So Jimmy, do you want to handle that? Speaker and a
Sure.
showboater.
Anyone want to volunteer?
Somebody,
Be a speaker?
otherwise we'll just assign.
Speaker and a showboater? Come on now. Come on now.
So
Let me see
who
what's been gone in a
haven't we
while.
heard from?
I've gone twice. Let me just put that out.
Yeah, me too. I was gonna say, it's
You know
like,
what?
folks are tired of hearing my voice, so.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put the pressure. I'm gonna put BJ is gonna be our speaker.
I've done it
She's gonna
twice
tell us
too.
what she does and why she loves to do it. And just because you talked about, you were a little confused. So now you've got a week to really focus. So it's gonna put the pressure on you to really focus on your business. All right. And then I'm gonna pick Russ, because I want to hear Russ really pitch us on why we need to refer people to him. So I've just volunteered 2 people, unless someone else wants to volunteer. So Russ, you're going to be our showboater next week, and you've got 2 minutes to tell us all the fantastic products that people need to come to you to buy. 2 minutes, all right? And BJ, you got 4 minutes to really pitch us on your business and what you're doing.
Okay.
I love putting pressure on people.
She's so excited. She's so
I wouldn't
excited.
look at it like, pressure to sell us something. It's not about selling. It's just about describing yourself, and making it personal, as opposed to like pushing. I don't want you to feel that pressure.
Oh no, I don't feel pressure. I did it twice too, but I'm gonna let that slide.
Well, we've all done it a lot.
Oh,
Yeah, I think we've all done it at least twice.
This is your
I'll let
opportunity to
it.
do it again.
I'll give it something fresh this time.
All right. Anything else for the good of the order? All right.
I just wanted to say one thing real quick. If I've learned a lot about websites lately, so and SEOs and things like that. So for those of you who are working on your websites, if you want to have a conversation, I'm more than happy to. Just, it's not that I know a ton, but I've seen a marked change in what my website is doing for me, and so I'd be happy to talk with people about that.
Doug is overwhelmed with you wanting to speak with him.
You know what? I have a thought. Can you do a little presentation for us?
Yeah, I'd be happy to.
And you can hop on, because I think we all need to know that stuff. So maybe you can do a presentation for us. Maybe not next week, but the week after.
Absolutely. I'd be happy to.
That would be great, because we all need to know how that works.
Sure.
Yeah, that's fantastic. All right.
Yep.
Beautiful. All right. Anyone else? All right, you guys, have a great week.
Bye-bye. Thank you,
Bye.
Jimmy.
Hey, Doug, give me a call.
Okay, will do.
Thanks.